One unshakable decision can change everything. In a single moment, when you choose to claim your destiny, you ignite a fire that burns through doubt, fear, and the weight of the past. The world will tempt you to waver, to wait for permission, to settle for less, but greatness demands a choice, a resolute, unyielding decision to be the person you were born to become. You are not a bystander in your own life. You are its architect, its warrior, its creator. Napoleon Hill, the relentless cartographer of human triumph, studied those who made such decisions: Edison, Carnegie, Ford, Lincoln, men who staked everything on a single, unshakable choice and forged empires from their resolve. You stand at the crossroads of your own destiny, the power of one decision pulsing in your heart. Will you hesitate, tethered to indecision, or will you act, unleashing a force that reshapes your world? The power of one unshakable decision is yours. Make it now, and let your fire blaze eternal. Your mind is a forge, a molten crucible where every thought is shaped into triumph or timidity. Hill taught that the mind is the starting point of all achievement, but it is also the breeding ground of all hesitation. Most people falter, their minds cluttered with doubts, excuses, and the shadows of who they've been, never daring to decide who they could be. Your thoughts are not neutral, they are architects, building either a monument to your potential or a prison of your fears. Picture a forge, its flames roaring, ready to shape raw iron into a blade. Your mind is that iron. Kindle it with belief, hammer it with purpose, and it will become a weapon of creation. But let it be dimmed by indecision, and it will cool into a life unlived. To wield the power of one unshakable decision, you must master your mind, choosing thoughts that ignite your future, not those that chain you to the past. Act as if your mind is already a disciplined forge, crafting the courage to decide with every relentless choice. Belief is the spark that sets the forge ablaze. It is not a timid hope or a fleeting wish, it is a fire, a defiant conviction that you are worthy of the destiny you've chosen. Hill called it faith, not in some distant force, but in the infinite potential within you. Most people waver, believing they are defined by their failures, that greatness requires external validation. Doubt is a cunning saboteur, whispering lies: you're not enough. You've failed before. Stay where you are. But look at those who made one unshakable decision. Abraham Lincoln, mocked as a backwoods lawyer, decided he could lead a nation through its darkest hour. Walt Disney, bankrupt and broken, decided a mouse could charm the world. They were not immune to doubt, they burned through it, their belief a flame that forged their path. Belief is not about ignoring your scars, it is about seeing the strength they've honed. It is standing at a crossroads and envisioning a kingdom, staring at a blank page and seeing a legacy. Act as if you are already the warrior whose belief is a blazing torch, igniting the power of one unshakable decision. Clarity is the lens that sharpens belief into purpose. Without it, you are a warrior lost in fog, hesitating at the crossroads, unsure of which path to blaze. Most people falter, chasing vague desires or the approval of others, never making the decision that defines them. Hill taught that desire is the spark of all achievement, but desire without direction is a wildfire, beautiful, but destructive. Picture your life as a vast, uncharted sea. Which star will you sail toward? Not the one society demands, not the one fear permits, but the one that sets your soul ablaze. Clarity is not a gift, it is a conquest, won by interrogating your heart. What is your destiny? Not the life you've settled for, but the one that makes your pulse race: freedom, impact, eternity. Write it down. Speak it aloud. Let the answers cut through the fog like a beacon. Clarity is not a single epiphany, it is a fire, built question by question, choice by choice, until your purpose burns as bright as the dawn. Act as if you are already the warrior who knows their star, and let clarity guide the power of your unshakable decision. Vision is clarity's air, the blueprint of the destiny you're forging. It is not enough to know your purpose, you must see it, feel it, live it in your bones. Most people hesitate, their visions dimmed by fear or the comfort of the familiar, never daring to make the decision that sets them free. Vision is the warrior's battle plan, the artist's sketch, the composer's melody before the first note. Andrew Carnegie did not just want wealth, he saw steel bridges spanning rivers, factories humming with life, a nation transformed. His vision was so vivid it compelled him to act, forging his destiny through every storm. Your vision must be just as real. Close your eyes. See the life your decision will create, not the one you're trapped in, but the one that makes your heart thunder. See the empire you'll build, the lives you'll touch, the legacy you'll leave. Write it down. Speak it into existence. Let it become a flame that no doubt can extinguish. Act as if you are already the warrior whose vision is a guiding blaze, driving you to act with unshakable resolve. Purpose is the fuel that feeds your vision. It is the why that makes the how possible. Most people falter, lacking a reason to make their decision, waiting for external forces to define them. Purpose is not a lofty ideal, it is a force, a North Star guiding you through the darkness. Viktor Frankl, who survived Auschwitz, said that those who found meaning could endure anything. Your purpose need not be grand, it need only be yours. It might be to inspire others, to create something that lasts, to prove to yourself what's possible. Hill studied Henry Ford, who did not just build cars, he built a legacy of progress, a world where movement was freedom. Ford's purpose was not profit, it was possibility, and it drove him to make one unshakable decision after another. Find your why. Let it be the heartbeat of your journey, the fire that burns brighter than fear. Act as if you are already the warrior driven by a purpose so fierce it compels you to act, no matter the storm. Discipline is the hammer that carves your purpose into reality. It is the daily choice to act over waver, to choose effort over ease, to build over retreat. Most people hesitate, waiting for a sign to make their decision, never forging the habits that define them. Discipline is saying no to the comfort of indecision, showing up when you're tired, when you're afraid, when the world offers every excuse to wait. Hill marveled at Thomas Edison, who worked through 10,000 failures to invent the light bulb. Edison didn't wait for inspiration, he disciplined his actions, strike after strike. You are not your feelings. You are not your fatigue. You are your choices. Discipline is choosing to act when every fiber craves safety, acting as if you are already the warrior who commands their destiny. It is the daily deposit in the bank of your future self, the relentless vow that you will not betray your purpose. Act as if you are already the warrior whose hammer is unyielding, forging your destiny with the power of one unshakable decision. Action is discipline's air, the tangible strike that shapes your legacy. Most people falter, paralyzed by the gap between their dreams and reality, waiting for a reason to act. Action is not perfection, it is motion. The world rewards the bold, not the flawless. Hill's philosophy was about creating the moment, not waiting for it. Edison did not wait for the light bulb to invent itself, he acted, failed, adjusted, acted again. Each failure was a strike, each strike a step toward greatness. What is your next strike? Not the grand conquest, but the one action you can take today to embody your decision. Take it. Then take another. Momentum is a force of nature, and it begins with a single push. Action is the bridge between your mind and the world, the moment your purpose takes form. Act as if you are already the warrior who acts without hesitation, and let each strike forge the person you've decided to be. Gratitude is the quiet power that keeps your fire burning through the crucible's heat. It is not a shallow platitude, it is a lens, a way of seeing that transforms struggle into strength. Hill believed that gratitude aligned the mind with abundance, tuning it to opportunity rather than lack. Most people falter, focusing on what they lack, letting resentment tether them to indecision. Look around you. The breath in your lungs, the chance to act again, the lessons carved into your struggles, they are treasures. Andrew Carnegie, at the height of his wealth, said his greatest riches were his ability to appreciate what he had. Gratitude does not erase the challenge of your decision, it gives you the strength to act through it. It reminds you that you are not a victim of your past, you are its master. In the moments when the path feels steep, pause. Breathe. Find one thing, no matter how small, that anchors you to hope. Let it ground you, and then strike again. Act as if you are already the warrior who finds gratitude in the journey, and let it fuel your fire to make one unshakable decision. Gratitude fuels your fire, its quiet warmth steadying your hammer as you forge through the crucible's heat. The path to your destiny stretches before you, its storms of doubt, fear, and resistance raging to test the unshakable decision you've made. Most will falter, hesitating at the crossroads, their dreams dimmed by indecision, never daring to claim their true path. But you are not most. You have made one unshakable decision to be a warrior, a creator, a force, and with each relentless strike, you shape a life that blazes with purpose. The crucible is fierce, but your fire is fiercer. Napoleon Hill's wisdom, forged in the triumphs of those who chose their fate, is your guide. One unshakable decision can change everything, and every action you take builds the legacy you were born to leave. The anvil glows, strike now, and let your resolve reshape the world. Adaptability is the agility that keeps your hammer true in life's shifting winds. The journey to embodying your decision is not a straight path, it is a turbulent crucible, twisting with challenges, setbacks, and unforeseen obstacles. Most people falter, clinging to rigid plans or the comfort of hesitation, believing their destiny requires perfect conditions. But those who wield the power of one unshakable decision adapt, adjusting their strikes to the iron's grain, using change to refine their craft. Hill's contemporaries, like John D. Rockefeller, built empires not because they avoided disruption, but because they thrived in it. When markets shifted, when rivals rose, they pivoted, acted, endured. Darwin did not say the strongest survive, he said the most adaptable do. Your purpose will test you, plans will falter, circumstances will shift. That is not failure, it is the iron revealing its secrets. Learn from it. Adjust your approach. Keep striking. The warrior who forges their destiny is not rigid, they are fluid, like a river carving through stone. Adaptability is not surrender, it is mastery, the relentless resolve to act no matter the storm. Act as if you are already the warrior who bends without breaking, and the crucible will yield to your fire. Resilience is adaptability's twin, the unyielding refusal to let the crucible's heat shatter your hammer. The path to becoming who you've decided to be is strewn with trials, failures, rejections, moments when doubt threatens to crush your resolve. Most people falter, believing these blows prove they chose the wrong destiny, letting setbacks anchor them to indecision. But resilience is the choice to strike again, to act as if you are already the warrior who overcomes. Hill taught that every adversity carries the seed of an equivalent benefit, a hidden spark waiting to be kindled. Abraham Lincoln faced relentless loss, elections, loved ones, a nation at war, yet he acted, again and again, because his decision to lead was his anchor. Your scars are not weaknesses, they are proof of your strength. Look at the setbacks you faced, the doubts you've pushed through, the moments you thought you couldn't go on. They are not your defeat, they are your forge. Find the seed in your struggles. Nurture it. Let it fuel you. The world respects those who build, not those who never falter. Act as if you are already the warrior whose resilience is a blazing fire, forging your destiny through every trial. Learning is the whetstone that sharpens your hammer's edge. The warrior who wields one unshakable decision is not static, they are a student, ever growing, ever refining their craft. Doubt feeds on ignorance, whispering that you don't know enough, that you're not ready to claim your destiny. Most people falter, fearing the effort of growth or believing they've learned all they need. Hill spent decades studying the successful Edison, Carnegie, Ford, not to idolize them, but to dissect their methods. He was a student until the end, and so must you be. Learning is not a chore, it is a rebellion against hesitation, a refusal to let ignorance dull your hammer. Read. Listen. Question. Seek mentors, not to follow blindly, but to stand on their shoulders. Thomas Edison's genius was not a gift, it was honed, experiment by experiment, book by book. Every experience is a lesson, failures teach more than successes, critics sharpen more than compliments. Embrace them. Let them refine you. Act as if you are already the warrior who craves growth, who sees every lesson as a spark to fuel their fire. The universe opens its secrets to those who learn with relentless action. Courage is the force that drives your hammer strike. It is not the absence of fear, but the choice to act in spite of it. Fear is a cunning foe, whispering that your decision is too bold, the risks too great, the outcome too uncertain. Most people falter, hesitating at the crossroads, never daring to act on their choice. But courage is the fire that burns through fear, the decision to act as if you are already the warrior you've chosen to be. Hill studied men like Henry Ford, who faced ridicule for his horseless carriage, yet acted, undeterred by the world's laughter. Courage is not a feeling, it is a choice, a vow to strike even when your heart trembles. J.K. Rowling, rejected by 12 publishers, could have let fear bury her manuscript. Instead, she acted as if she were already the author who would change the world, and that courage birthed Harry Potter, a phenomenon that enchanted millions. Your courage is your power. Strike, and fear will bow. Act, and the path will appear. Act as if you are already the warrior whose fire cannot be quenched, and let your courage propel you through every tempest. Auto-suggestion is the silent rhythm that steadies your strikes. Hill taught that the subconscious mind is a fertile garden, and every thought you plant takes root. Most people falter, letting their minds grow wild with weeds of doubt and hesitation, undermining their decision to be great. Auto-suggestion is not wishful thinking, it is a deliberate act of planting the seeds of your chosen destiny. Oprah Winfrey, born into poverty and pain, could have believed she was nothing. Instead, she spoke a different truth. She stood before mirrors, before empty rooms, and declared her worth. I am destined for greatness, she told herself, and her mind listened. That belief fueled her actions, forging a path from a small-town newsroom to a global empire. You are the gardener of your soul. Speak to yourself with conviction. Write your destiny in bold letters. Say, I am who I've decided to be. I act. I conquer. Let those words sink into your core. They are not empty, they are the rhythm of your transformation. Act as if you are already the warrior whose mind is a blazing crucible, forging greatness with every steady strike. Mastermind alliances are the forge mates who strengthen your fire. Hill believed that no one forges their destiny alone. Your unshakable decision is a flame, but it burns brighter when surrounded by others who share your fire. Most people falter, surrounded by naysayers who amplify their doubts, fearing the effort of seeking better allies. A mastermind is not a casual gathering, it is a council of creators, a circle of warriors who challenge you, sharpen you, lift you higher. Andrew Carnegie surrounded himself with advisors who were smarter than he was. He did not fear their brilliance, he harnessed it, acting to build an empire that transformed a nation. Look at your circle. Are they weights or hammers? Do they dull your fire or stoke it? Seek those who see your chosen destiny, who hold you accountable, who refuse to let you waver. Steve Jobs did not build Apple alone, he had Wozniak, designers, visionaries who shared his dream. Your mastermind might be mentors, peers, even the wisdom of books. Act as if you are already the warrior who forges alliances that fuel their fire, and let them help you shape a masterpiece. Sacrifice is the price of your hammer's strength. Forging your destiny with one unshakable decision demands a trade, a willing exchange of comfort for conquest. Most people falter, unwilling to let go of the familiar, believing they can claim greatness without cost. Hill studied men like Thomas Edison, who sacrificed sleep, security, and approval to chase his vision. Sacrifice is not loss, it is investment. Serena Williams sacrificed parties, rest, the carefree life of youth to train, to compete, to win. She acted as if she were already a legend, and it made her one. What are you willing to give up? The late night scrolling? The habits that tether you to indecision? The fear of failure? Sacrifice is not punishment, it is power. Every no to the trivial is a yes to your destiny. Act as if you are already the warrior who pays the price without hesitation, and the universe will reward your resolve with a hammer that shapes eternity. Time is the forge's fire that tempers your creation. Most people falter, wasting hours in distractions, procrastination, or the demands of others, hoping greatness will find them. Hill warned that drifting, living without purpose, is the greatest tragedy of all. The clock is ticking, not to scare you, but to awaken you. Marie Curie, toiling in a freezing shed, discovered radium because she treated time like gold. She acted as if every moment mattered, and it changed the world. Audit your days. Where does your time go? Does it fuel your actions, or does it scatter them? Cut what does not matter. Protect your hours like a fortress. Time is not your enemy, it is your fire, and every moment is a chance to strike. Act as if each second is a stroke toward your destiny, and let your relentless fire burn with unshakable intensity. Persistence is the relentless rhythm of your strikes. The journey to forging your destiny with one unshakable decision is not a single swing, it is a marathon, demanding you keep acting through setbacks, doubts, and exhaustion. Most people falter, believing the struggle proves they chose the wrong path, letting their hammer fall silent. Hill called persistence the sustained effort that builds faith, the refusal to let obstacles halt your craft. Elon Musk watched his first rockets explode, his companies teeter on the edge of collapse. Yet he persisted, acting as if he were already the visionary who would change the world. Persistence is not about never wavering, it is about striking again every time you do. The world will block your path, mock your ambition, tempt you to retreat. But persistence is the voice that says, not today. It is the courage to swing one more time, to act one more day, to forge your destiny as if the next strike will reveal your masterpiece. Keep striking, your resolve a thunder that shakes the crucible, one relentless day at a time. Keep striking, your resolve a thunder that shakes the crucible, one relentless day at a time. The iron of your destiny glows before you, its potential vast but unformed, waiting for your disciplined hammer to shape it into a masterpiece. The world roars with chaos, doubt, fear, and the weight of indecision threatening to stall your fire. Most will falter, hesitating at the crossroads, their dreams dimmed by uncertainty, never daring to claim their true path. But you are not most. You have made one unshakable decision, to be a warrior, a creator, a force, and with each relentless strike, you forge a legacy that defies the storm. The crucible is fierce, but your fire burns fiercer. Napoleon Hill's wisdom, forged in the triumphs of those who chose their fate, is your guide. The power of one unshakable decision can change everything, and every action you take builds the person you were born to be. The anvil glows, strike now, and let your creation reshape eternity. Faith is the invisible flame that fuels your persistence. It is not a fleeting hope, but a blazing conviction that the destiny you've chosen is not just possible, it is yours to forge. The world will try to douse this flame, whispering that your efforts are too small, your dreams too vast, your past too heavy. Most people falter, letting doubt extinguish their fire, retreating to the safety of indecision. Hill described faith as a state of mind, a belief so fierce it aligns the universe to your will. Nelson Mandela, locked in a cell for 27 years, did not merely hope for a free South Africa, he acted as if he were already the leader who would forge it. That faith sustained him through darkness, isolation, and despair, driving his every disciplined strike. Your faith must be just as unyielding. It is not about ignoring the crucible's heat, it is about knowing your hammer is stronger. Faith is the whisper that says, "This is my path." It is the courage to act as if your greatness is inevitable, even when the iron resists. Write your destiny on your heart. Carry it like a torch. Let it blaze through the shadows. Act as if you are already the warrior whose faith forges a legacy that nothing can break. Imagination is the vision that guides your hammer's path. Hill taught that the imagination is the forge where all plans are crafted, where the masterpiece you're building takes shape before it stands in the world. Most people break, their imaginations dulled by fear, believing their reality is fixed, their dreams too distant to forge. There are two kinds of imagination: synthetic, which reshapes existing ideas, and creative, which taps into the infinite intelligence of the universe. Walt Disney was a master of both. Bankrupt, mocked, told his dreams were childish, he acted as if he were already the visionary who would bring joy to millions. He saw castles, characters, entire kingdoms before a single brick was laid. Disneyland was not built with money, it was built with imagination, disciplined by relentless focus. Your mind is the same forge. Close your eyes. See the destiny you're destined to build, not the one you're trapped in, but the one that sets your soul ablaze. See the empire you'll create, the lives you'll touch, the legacy you'll leave. Let that vision guide your strikes. The world cannot resist a mind that dares to dream without limits. Act as if you are already the builder whose imagination carves a future that defies the storm. Influence is the spark that spreads your fire beyond the forge. The destiny you're forging is not a solitary monument, it is a beacon, capable of inspiring others to make their own unshakable decisions. Most people focus only on their own craft, never realizing their power to ignite, fearing the weight of impact. Hill's mastermind principle was clear: influence is not a byproduct of greatness, it is its engine, a force that multiplies through connection. Rosa Parks, a seamstress in Montgomery, made one unshakable decision to act, refusing to give up her seat as if she were already the catalyst for justice. Her single strike sparked the civil rights movement, inspiring millions to forge their own freedom. Your influence is your power to shift the world. It is the encouragement that lifts a friend, the example that inspires a community, the legacy that shows others they too can decide their fate. You are not here to hoard your fire, you are here to share it. Who will you ignite? What will you spark? Act as if you are already the builder whose strikes inspire others to forge their own masterpieces, and let your spark ripple through the world. Commitment is the rhythm that keeps your hammer steady. It is the unwavering vow to live your decision, no matter the cost, no matter the crucible's heat. The world tempts you to waver, to seek comfort, to let doubt silence your strikes. Most people break, their greatness fading under the weight of indecision. Hill studied titans like Andrew Carnegie, who faced betrayal, skepticism, and chaos, yet acted as if he were already the architect of a nation's progress. Commitment is not a feeling, it is a promise, a pledge you make to yourself when the iron grows hard. Maya Angelou, rising from trauma, acted as if she were already the voice that would lift millions. Her disciplined commitment turned pain into a legacy that reshaped the world. Your commitment is your rhythm. It is the voice that says, "I will not falter." It is the fire that burns when all else fades. Make your vow. Write it in stone. Let it guide you through the tempests. Act as if you are already the builder whose resolve is unbreakable, and let your commitment forge your masterpiece one relentless strike at a time. Joy is the warmth of your fire's endurance. The disciplined act of forging your destiny is not a grim toll, it is a dance, a celebration of the warrior you're becoming. Most people see struggle as punishment, letting it drain the light from their craft, waiting for external rewards to restore it. Hill believed that a positive mental attitude was the key to unlocking opportunity. Joy is not the absence of hardship, it is the choice to find meaning in the process. Walt Disney, battered by bankruptcy and betrayal, never lost his childlike wonder. He acted as if he were already the creator of worlds, and that joy built an empire. Your craft will be fierce. There will be nights when doubt weighs like molten lead, days when the crucible's heat seems unbearable. But in those moments, seek joy. Find it in the small victories, the strike you landed, the fear you defied, the decision you honored. Joy is the warmth that keeps your fire burning. It is the reminder that you are not just enduring, you are thriving, forging a life that sings with purpose. Act as if you are already the builder who finds joy in the struggle, and let it illuminate your forge. Connection is the forge where your fire grows stronger. The destiny you're building is not a solitary flame, it is a blaze that burns brighter when shared. Most people falter, isolating themselves, believing they must forge alone to prove their worth, fearing the vulnerability of connection. Hill's philosophy was rooted in the power of connection, the idea that we rise together or fall apart. Martin Luther King Jr. did not build freedom alone. He acted as if he were already the leader of a movement, standing with thousands, marching with millions, speaking for those whose voices were silenced. His fire was amplified by connection, by the hands he held, the hearts he moved. Seek your forge mates. Find those who see your fire and fan it, who challenge you to strike bolder, who remind you of your decision when doubt creeps in. Connection is not weakness, it is strength. It is the courage to be vulnerable, to share your vision, to ask for support. You are not diminished by others, you are magnified. Act as if you are already the builder who forges bonds, not barriers, and watch your fire spread across the iron. Humility is the quiet strength that keeps your fire true. It is not self-doubt, but the recognition that your craft is part of a larger forge. Most people let pride shatter their hammer, refusing to learn from others, believing they must stand above to shine. Hill taught that the most successful were those who listened to mentors, critics, even adversaries. Humility kept Carnegie grounded as he built his empire, kept Edison curious as he chased the impossible. It is the willingness to say, "I don't know, but I will learn." The world is a chorus of voices, some will cheer, some will condemn. Humility lets you hear them all without losing your rhythm. It reminds you that your fire is not above others, but beside them. Stay humble, not to dim your flame, but to let it burn brighter. Act as if you are already the builder who serves, who lifts others as they forge, and your greatness will grow without bounds. Infinite intelligence is the unseen spark that fuels your relentless fire. Hill believed that the mind is a receiver, capable of tapping into a universal reservoir of wisdom and inspiration. Most people falter, too caught in doubt's noise to listen, waiting for external guidance. This is not mysticism, it is the ember of creation that pulses through every inventor, every dreamer. Marie Curie did not discover radium by chance. She acted as if she were already the scientist who would change the world, tuning her mind to the frequency of possibility. You have the same access. In the quiet moments, when you silence doubt's clamor, you can feel it, a whisper, a vision, a truth that burns brighter than fear. Trust it. Nurture it. Let it guide your strikes. Infinite intelligence is the spark that feeds your fire, the compass in your hand. Act as if you are already the builder who receives these gifts, and the universe will guide your hammer to forge a masterpiece. Legacy is the fire you leave burning in the forge. The destiny you build, shaped by one unshakable decision, is not just for today, it is a beacon for tomorrow, a blaze that outlives you. Most people chase fleeting sparks, measuring their worth in temporary triumphs, never fully deciding their path. Hill believed that true greatness is achieved in service to something larger. Malala Yousafzai did not act for herself alone, she acted as if she were already a global voice, leaving a legacy of education and empowerment. Your legacy is the warmth you leave behind. It is the lives you touch, the dreams you ignite, the masterpieces you inspire because you dared to make one unshakable decision. Ask yourself, what fire will you leave? Not for your ego, but for the world. Your greatness is not complete until it sets others ablaze. Now, stand before the anvil of your life. Look back at the crossroads you've passed, the doubts you've burned, the fears you've conquered, the strikes you've landed, each one a testament to the warrior you've become. They are not accidents. They are the forge that shaped you. You are not the person who hesitated in indecision. You are a warrior, a creator, a flame. The world is not the same because you made one unshakable decision. But this is not the end, it is the beginning. Your fire is not yours to hoard, it is a gift to the world, a legacy to ignite generations. The crucible was fierce, but your resolve is fiercer. Doubt was loud, but your actions are louder. Close your eyes. See the destiny you were born to forge, not the one you once settled for, but the one you've claimed. See the empire you'll build, the lives you'll touch, the legacy you'll leave. Feel the heat of your purpose, the weight of your hammer, the pulse of your destiny. This is your moment. Not tomorrow, not when doubt fades, but now. The clock is ticking, not to limit you, but to remind you, you have everything you need. Your mind is the forge, your belief the flame, your actions the hammer. What will you create? Step forward. The power of one unshakable decision is yours. Claim your greatness with every breath, every choice, every strike. The world is not waiting for you to feel ready, it is waiting for you to act ready. You are not here to drift, to doubt, to waver. You are here to rise, to create, to blaze. Go now. Set the universe alight with your fire. Your time is now.